This is the last Texas Weekly Newsreel before the election. By the time you see this, early voting will be drawing to a close and will be 3 or 4 days out. We've been talking about polls all week. The main lines in the polls, the highlights, the Republican statewide officials are mostly on cruise control. Romney is well ahead of Obama in Texas as expected. Put an asterisk there, we'll come back to it in a second. Cruz is well ahead of Sadler. Texans remain concerned about the economy as their top issue in national affairs. The top issue facing the state, they believe, is border security and immigration. So those remain unchanged. They were gloomy about the future this time, which is sort of interesting. They were relatively positive when asked, are you better off than you were a year ago? Is the state better off? Is the country on the, moving a little bit? But when asked how their children would do in the future, they didn't think their children would do as well as they have. And when asked if the worst is still ahead or behind us, Moore said the worst is still ahead. So a lot of gloom in there. When you got to issues, they remain quite leery of government. Texas got C's, the federal government got F's and made Texas look good if you're grading on the curve. They are open to same-sex unions, but most are not open to same-sex marriage in Texas. And if you ask about right track, wrong track, they believe that the country is on the wrong track, that Texas is marginally on the right track. We have the final version of the hot list this week. The main races are the top 7, where either an incumbent looks like they're in trouble or the incumbent party looks like they're in trouble. At the top of that list, CD 14, the Democrats could win. I'm not saying they will, but they could win Ron Paul's seat. Pete Gallego and Kiko Canseco are running the most expensive congressional race in Texas right now. That's a toss-up. The Senate race in Fort Worth with Wendy Davis and Mark Shelton, and several of the House races, the one involving Craig Island, Connie Scott, John Garza. All 3 of those incumbents are in some form of trouble or in some form of peril anyway. And the Ken Legler seat in the House could flip to the Democrats if that goes the way it looks like it could. That's the hot list, and that's this week's newsreel.